back to South Georgia home, we've got 2 hauls. I went to an estate sale last weekend. I didn't have a whole lot, so I didn't really want to do just one little video, which my husband will probably be thankful for me doing a small video. But I held on to that until this weekend. I went to another estate sale, different companies. Last weekend, I've never been to one of this. If it is a company, I don't know if it was a company or if it was just friends doing this for friends or what. Anyway, I went to another one today, Friday, and I got some more stuff, so we're going to show the haul. Now, last weekend's estate sale, I saw their pictures on Facebook, and something drew me to it. It was a picture of something. The second thing I'm going to show you is why I came. But this was sitting in the kitchen, and as you know, if you've watched any of my videos, I do collect jadeite. This is the Jane Ray pattern, Fire King. There was 3 of them, and they're in great shape. I don't think they've ever been used. They were $10. Some people probably see that and think that's a big price, but for jadeite, that's a little over $3 a bowl. You can't beat that at an antique store, I don't think. Anyway, this is something I do collect. I think sometimes prices are subjective. It's just how much it's worth to you, how much you're willing to pay for it. And I do collect jadeite. I hardly ever see it at estate sales. So when I do, and it's a reasonable price, I try to pick something up. Now, this was one of the things that I really wanted to see, or I really wanted to buy. There was this one, and there was another one, it was like a butter churn crock, but it didn't have the plunger. And then one guy, it was $40, and one guy asked, are you firm on that? And he says, yeah, this is first day. I'm not gonna cut any prices until tomorrow. So he walked away. I picked this one up and gave it to the lady, and I said, where can we put this that I don't have to carry this around with me the whole house? Excuse me. And as you can see, there's no blue on it. There's no numbers. There's no designs, nothing like that. It's in good shape. It is heavy. I don't know if this would be like a 2-gallon crock or not. I paid $20 for it. So that's 30 bucks on 2 things. That's really big for me. But it did have a lid, and I don't think I've ever seen a crock with a lid, and I don't know if I'm holding this up right. It's this way or this way, not quite sure. But it does have a lid that goes with it. And it was dirty, but I've already washed it. Anyway, I like that. That's, I think, crock number 3. This house, there wasn't a whole lot of smalls. There was no linen that I saw. Thank God, I didn't need any more. Now, they had a shed out back, but it was pretty well, I say picked over if there was a lot to start with. I don't know. There was a garage also off the back of the house, and it had a laundry room and shelves storage. I love the laundry room. I need a laundry room like that. But anyway, this was in the garage, and I saw this, and if you know what this is. It's the Mexican art. I think it's the feather art. But this one is broken at the bottom. You can see here, part of the frame is broken off. Sorry for the ring light. It's dirty. I haven't washed this part. Then it does say made in Mexico at the bottom. And then a little tab right there. This one's broken. I wouldn't have picked it up, but all 3 had to come together. So these are the 2 smalls. Again, the little feather birds. And it does say Mexico on the bottom. So it was $3 altogether. They have hangers. They're perfectly fine. These are in great shape compared to the other one. So I'm probably going to try to sell these 2 on eBay. The other one, it may have to go to Goodwill or somewhere else. Anyway, that was that. So in the shed, I did go out in the shed. There was one thing. Sorry, I'm trying not to drop something. In the shed, there was a grinder, bench grinder. My husband, I was texting him, I sent a picture, and he said, see if they'll take this for it. And the guy was like twice what my husband thought it was worth, so it stayed. Now, I will say I do like going in the sheds because you do find incidental stuff that you can use around your house. That's one of the reasons that I go. I did not find the nail apron that I want that weekend or this weekend, because this estate sale this weekend also had a shed, and still no nail apron. But this one, I got these little cup hooks. Now, we don't hang our cups up under the cabinets. mugs and all. We don't do that. But we can use the hooks for other things. So these are still in the package, brand new, well, brand new, still in the package. Those, and then a box of nails. I'm always looking for finishing nails, small nails, if I want to put something up. You can see just a small nail. I think these are 1.5 inch. Grip right fasteners. It was, all of this was in this little box, $3. The cup hooks and the nails and this little box. It says 8, and I took it to the lady. I'm like, is that the price? And she said, no, let me go ask. So she put the nails and the cup hooks in this box, and he said, $3 be enough? And I said, sure. So I don't know if I want to sand this off, because if I sand it, then it's going to be a different color than this. But I do like the look of the little box. I think you can stick anything in it. So that, and I think that was it for that estate sale. I wound up paying, I got everything, yeah, 46 bucks. The crock was 20, the bowls were 10, and then this was 3, and the pictures were 3. So $46 at that sale. After that, I did go to Old South, which is a antique mall. One of my favorites over there. I didn't get much. I did get, I went into the Fur People's booth, and again, if you've watched any of the videos, you know about the Fur People, Felines Under Rescue. It is an animal organization that helps out people trying to get their cats and their dogs spayed or neutered. But they have a booth. It's a big booth upstairs in this antique mall, and their stuff is always half price or 50% off. So I try to find a little something I like, and I found this. And I think it's very appropriate for this time of the year. Pumpkins for sale. It's like a little, looks like a little, you know, needlepoint thing. Anyway, it says Designs by Kathy. I don't know if you can see it. It's the only thing I can see on here. I don't know who would have distributed it or where they would have bought it. But I have it hanging up in the hallway for fall. I like that. And then the other thing that I got, just little incidentals. These were $2 a piece. One of my favorite booths in there, it has all that ironstone stuff I really can't afford. They had these in a box. It was $2 a piece. And they're little get well cards. Hope you're better. You don't need a beauty rest because you're too good looking. So give your doc a healthy sock and come out and see what's cooking. So this is little get well cards, and I don't know who this guy was, and it's a 1943 stamp on it, so right in the middle of the war. He might have been injured in the war, I'm not sure, because there were a whole bunch of get well cards in that box for $2. And what I really thought was neat is you can see there's the date stamp, 1943, but here, buy war savings or bonds and stamps. And that stamp was 1.5 cents. And another one, same guy, same General Hospital. And it's funny, if you see the address, they don't have P.O. boxes or route numbers or anything. It's his name, General Hospital, Jamestown, New York. Here's the other card, get well card. I've always heard it could be worse. Perhaps you don't agree, but I believe a pretty nurse could do a lot for me. Hope you'll soon be all okay again. And it isn't signed on the inside, but it is signed right here. The Huberts or Hubers, something like that. Again, it's stamped by War Savings Bonds and Stamps. And then this stamp is 3 cents. And just for posterity, these stamps these days are 66 cents. But that's what I bought at the antique mall. Now, today I went to an estate sale, making sure I got everything. There is a piece of furniture. We're gonna go back and pick it up tomorrow. I thought it was a little too big to get in the back of my little SUV. It is a shift robe, and I guess you could call it Art Deco. It kind of reminds me of the 30s, 40s look. It has the waterfall front on the top edge. It has a door for your hanging stuff, and then it has 4 drawers and another little door at the top that pops open. It's got Bakelite on the handles. The, what do you call that stuff on the outside of it? I don't know. It does have a little chip or two here on that veneer. It has a little chip or two on that. But other than that, it was in great shape. It was only $50. Today was the second day for them. So it was 25% off, which would normally be $37.50, but he gave it to me for $35. So I didn't think I could get it in the back of my car. So I said, we're going to have to go back tomorrow and pick it up. They're still there tomorrow, so we'll go back and pick it up. So it'll go actually where this stand and TV is, that's where it will go. Now, everything else in the house, that was $35, and then he charged me $10 for all this I'm going to show you. I love this picture. This one I really liked, and I really like the colors for this time of the year. It says $10 on the price, but he charged me $10 for all that I'm going to show you. So he just did one lump sum on all the little incidentals after we haggled over the chip rope. And this, it says barred woodpecker on the back. Does have its hanger. It's in great shape, but I do like the colors and the look of it for this time of year. Now in the foyer, when you first walked in, there was a nice piece of furniture, and it had a big glass covered bowl, and then a chair sitting next to it was my kryptonite. There we go. I didn't have a dolly in the first one, but you know, we're not gonna get away without having a dolly. This is, I guess you would call it, as a dresser scarf. And my intentions when I bought it is gonna go on top of this cabinet. The one that I have here is just from here to here. So I'm gonna put this one there. So one doily, and that was it. In the bedroom, they had stuff in totes, tablecloths, cloth napkins. I picked these up kind of reluctantly. I like the colors of them. I don't necessarily like the feel of them. I'm sure they're newer stuff, but I'm not quite sure, you know, if they're quality stuff. But I do like the colors. It's just kitchen towels, and these will probably in the spring go on the handle to our stove. There's that one, and then this one. So again, I'm not quite sold on the fabric, but I do like the colors. And in the shed, they had a mother-in-law suite out there, went in there. There's a couple of things I almost picked up and didn't. And then they had a shed, a small shed. I guess he just piddled around with stuff. I can't even remember. I think he did lamps, some kind of thing. Anyway, whenever I find different tools, they didn't have anything that said Craftsman. I looked. No nail apron, of course. And it had been severely picked over. Wasn't a whole lot left in there. So in his little workshop shed, I found this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what you would call it. I would think a nut driver, but you can see in here, this actually collapses. So I guess it fits any kind of head, any kind of bolt head that you might have, whatever the size, it just collapses around it. And you can just use it on a few different sizes. It doesn't say Craftsman on it. It does say it was made in U.S. patent. Crystal Lake, Illinois is where it was made. So I'm gonna quiz my husband tonight when he gets home. And in the shed there was, I guess I'm getting a macabre collection of scissors. I shouldn't say macabre. I'm not gonna stab anybody with them. And I hope they weren't used for stabbing people. But I already have 2 pair of the red handle for Christmas. So it's another pair. They did have a huge honking pair with black handles, and then another pair of just silver handles. And then they had this small pair of black handle ones. But I do think the scissors today can't cut a paper compared to these. So that was all I got really in the shop. I went back in the house. I was talking to the guy about the piece of furniture, wondering if I could get it in my car, So of course I take a couple more laps around the house, and I found this. And don't exactly know what I'm gonna do with it, but I think it's neat. And you'll know what it is if you've ever worked around receipts. It's the thing that you put your receipt on, you stab your receipt with. It does say, I believe, made in USA, right in here. I don't know if you can see it, made in, and then USA is somewhere here. They had it marked at $2 originally. So, don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I like it. It's old. I like what it used to do, which was hold paper receipts. Because I'm one of those old-fashioned people. I still write checks. You know, I pay some things online, but I still write checks. Anyway, they had a couple of different places that had a lot of books. There were a lot of books throughout the house, but there were like little reading nooks here and there, bookshelves. This attracted me. It is a yearbook. And I don't know what that name, the Technala, but it's Alabama College, 1929. You can see it right here. Now, and one of the things that I think I liked about it, and it has, things in it people inscribed. It does have, little different sayings and things all over it. And it does have the pictures. I'm guessing it was an all-girls school. But the lady who owned this house, or someone, I won't even say it was her, they had this stuck in as a bookmarker. It's a postcard. Again, it's a black and white picture, but it's a postcard. And it has some kind of inscription on it. I can't make it out, though, because it's on the black part of her cape. And then she has, it was here on this picture, on this page, and on this picture she's got written me. So I'm guessing it was the lady of the house. Maybe that was a friend of hers. She got a picture from. So that was included, and I think that's it. That was the $10. And then I went to, there was a church. I've been there. They do kind of a yard sale deal every now and again. And I went to that. Didn't spend a whole lot of money or a whole lot of time. But I did pick up a picture. I like this picture. It says $5, but she didn't charge me $5. It's in kind of a funky frame, but it looks old. As a matter of fact, when she was taking my money, she said, "Oh, this is old." You can see that. That's kind of been bound in there. But it kind of reminds me of, I have an aunt who used to paint, and the lady who left my mother at the house they live in, she used to do amateur painting, oil painting. And she has a picture, my mother still has a picture of, it's canvas with like roses or camellias that she painted. So it kind of reminds me of that. It's just that one, and then whatever it is. Camellia something. My tongue just ain't gonna say that. But I like that. Anyway, it says $5. I picked that up, and I picked this up. Now this was a quarter. It's a book holder. I was thinking about, when I'm cooking, I have the cookbook open. There we go. Or the canning book. But this was a quarter. So that picture said $5. And this, so she said $2.75. So I'm guessing she cut the picture in half, $2.50. And then a quarter for the book holder, $2.75. Is what I paid there. And then one more thing. I went to an antique store, another one called Backyard Treasures. I did pick this up. It is a globe, obviously. It's what they call, I think, the schoolhouse globe. Now, I am under no impression that this is old in any way. I believe you can still get these at Home Depot. We looked at one at Home Depot. It's for the pendant lamp that is in the laundry room. Yes, my husband finally, our internet went out. Here a couple of weeks ago, we weren't able to upload anything. Our internet went out. We had to have somebody come out. Our internet is slow anyway, but it just stopped. So we had no internet. He had nothing to entertain him. So he got up and he put up the ceiling fan in his office, and he put up that light that I got at the estate sale in my laundry room. So we initially got an Edison bulb and put in it. And I'll try to take a picture of both with the Edison bulb, and if this globe fits, we'll try to take a picture of that as well. But I just can't like it with just the Edison bulb in it. It just seems unfinished to me. So we're going to try it with a globe. And then if I like it with a globe, we'll just do it this way. But anyway, I'm picking on my husband, bless him. But he did get it up and did a good job. That was it for those two hauls. Hope everybody's well and enjoying cooler weather. So So take care, and thanks for watching South Georgia Home.